Hey everybody, it's Josh at CollectionDX with a special treat for you. This is a preview of the exclusive Alien ReAction promo samples that are going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. These are put out by Super7. So first things and foremost, thank you to Super7 for these samples. These will be one of 4 different exclusives that they will be offering at their booth at San Diego Comic-Con 2013. The idea here, from the movie Alien 1979, there was a big push to get the next big space movie after Star Wars had done so well. So Kenner had made prototypes for some figures for the movie Alien in the same vein as their Star Wars figures. 3 3/4 scale, 5 points of articulation, somewhat hard rubber, soft PVC. I'm not even know what they're made of, but you get the gist. Well, obviously those figures never happened. So this is meant to represent a canceled 1979 promotional sample. So the idea is that in Toyfair, buyers come, manufacturers show their wares, things they want to promote. They might want to, pitch to Kmart, Toys R Us, whatever, and that these were never actually given out at the show. So, of course, these never actually existed aside from, I think, some prototypes. So they were never actually saw production. So Super7 is creating this limited version for San Diego Comic-Con that is a what if. What if they were made, and as they will be doing the whole line of 5 figures in color, this is like a sneak peek for you, the fan. This little box. The 2 figures are in one box. This this preview set is going to be $40 at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's got a cool note to sales staff, which is really kind of cool. It basically is a letter that you would hand out to introduce these characters to whoever is considering buying them, and it plays in such a way that the people are sort of clueless. The guy with the helmet is called Kane, and the other thing is the alien. We have not seen the final movie yet, but we're sure that they will be great space friends. So clearly we know that isn't what actually happened. So that's kind of cool. You get the note, you get the box. Yeah, you will also be able to grab a catalog, which is done up in the style of the old Kenner catalogs. Kind of shows all the alien stuff. I'm not going to show it all to you now because you'll have to get that. And you get these cool stands. But we'll talk about the figures, then we'll talk about the stands. So first up is the alien. It feels like a Star Wars figure from 1979. It just feels right for that era. It's got your 5 points of articulation. It's just tight enough. Oh, actually 6 maybe if you count the tail, the rubber tail, which is nice. The head rotates. The clear dome is removable. So this dome is removable. And as you can see, you can do the tongue, which is not the tongue, but it's the inner mouth. But in this case, it looks like a tongue. A little play action. In the final colored version, there'll be some glow-in-the-dark bits. None of this glows in the dark. This is kind of all test shot blue, as we would call it. So some really nice detail. And one thing that does set this apart from the original style of Kenner is that there's just a lot more, I think, detail than you would find in your average vintage Star Wars figure in terms of the sculpt and the facial detail and everything like that. They wouldn't have made it that detailed back then, but it's essentially the same in spirit. And the other figure included here is Kane in his spacesuit, Nostromo spacesuit. So once again, feels like an old Kenner Star Wars figure. It's really heavy and clunky, which I like. Supreme amount of detail in all the little epaulets, rivets, and such. The clear helmet is removable. It is just really sharp looking sculpt all the way around. I'm real curious to see how the final painted ones will look, but right now this is just pretty gorgeous. It comes with one open hand, one closed hand. Coincidentally, the open hand can fit a vintage Star Wars weapon, which is nice. It's a nice touch that you can do that. Something else, a little nod to detail of the old style as I like is, on the old Star Wars figures, the copyright info was always right in the back end of the figure there on the back of the legs, and sure enough, the new figures have that same info in the same place. So that's cool. Also, you'll note the hexagonal holes in the feet, just like the vintage Star Wars figures, and those are for the Alien ReAction figure stands. So these, I believe, will also be available at San Diego Comic-Con, and the figures stand the figures actually do stand on their own pretty well, but the stands just really add to the effect of the two of them. I am totally psyched for these to come out. I kind of wish that, all right, let's get the Space Jockey playset. Let's get the parts of the Nostromo. Let's get a chest burster action going on. I don't know if these things will happen. I think people are going to go nuts over this line, and I would love to see more ReAction done with other classic 80s sci-fi movies. So once again, this is going to be at the Super7 booth at the San Diego Comic-Con in 2013. Like I said, there'll be 4 exclusives. I didn't tell you what the exclusives are. One of the exclusives is an early bird package, like the original Star Wars figures. And before they were ready to be distributed to meet customer demand, they produced early bird packages, which guaranteed you a set of 5 figures or something like that. And you would mail it in, and you get the figures when they were ready. Well, this is kind of the same thing in that it's a cardboard thing. You prepay for all 5 figures. You get the diorama, and this, you don't have to send the thing in. They'll just send you the figures when they come in, and you'll just have a little something extra when you get the figures, and you'll have prepaid. So they have that. They have the unproduced sales sample two-pack that you see here. They have the booklet, which we talked about briefly, which is right there. And they also have the Aliens ReAction stands. So I think this is a genius. I think these are genius. One of the things I've always wanted out of the new Star Wars figure line is the simple neutral poses of the old figures done with today's engineering. And of course, they went crazy with the Star Wars figures, first making them all buffed up like He-Man, and then later on, dynamic action poses, this and that. But I missed the neutral stance of the classic figures, and this has that feel that I was looking for with the neutral pose, but today's level of detail and sculpting. I think it's really phenomenal, and I applaud Super7 for doing a great job of bringing these to life. I can't wait to get the rest of them. It sucks that I won't be at Comic-Con, but they were able to hook me up to help promote these guys, and I'm super psyched that I had the opportunity. So once again, San Diego Comic-Con, July 2013. Get these at the Super7 booth. This is Josh from CollectionDX. See you next time.